From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Carpio Grego.
And I'm Zaira Sanchez Aguilar.
Now, the measles outbreak in Texas and New Mexico is spreading. KVI television in El Paso reports 5 new cases, bringing the total in El Paso to 8.
And Doña Ana County reports its first case on an unvaccinated child. In total, Texas has reported 561 cases. Gaines County, New Mexico has reported 364. And on Friday, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports 712 cases in 24 states. The vast majority of cases are in unvaccinated people. The New Mexico Department of Health says if you have symptoms and believe you were exposed to measles, call the New Mexico Department of Health helpline at 1-833-796-8773 for English guidance and Spanish. 3 more NMSU international students have had their visas revoked, raising the total to 9 as of yesterday. Amanda Bradford, spokesperson for NMSU, said the school is monitoring federal database to see how many more names are added to the list. The students' names and personal information have remained anonymous, with the first 3 students losing their visas on April 7th. Then, 3 more the next day, becoming targets of the Trump administration that raised the number to 6. This all before the 9th end of the spring semester, with students losing their visas just before their final exams and potential graduation.
2 people are in custody of the Department of Homeland Security facing drug charges.
One is a 33-year-old female U.S. citizen. She was caught at the El Paso del Norte Bridge in El Paso on Sunday hiding fentanyl and methamphetamine in her rectum and vagina. And last Friday, officers at the Isleta crossing stopped a 32-year-old Mexican man and seized 119 pounds of methamphetamine. A drug-sniffing dog alerted the officers, who found 110 colorful bundles in the spare tire. And a Las Cruces man is facing 10 years in federal prison after attempting to traffic drugs over the El Paso border this past Thursday.
That's right. According to a news release from the New Mexico Department of Justice, FBI agents located over 500 grams of fentanyl pills, 3 firearms and ammunition, over $139,000 in cash in his home, and over $1,900 in Joe Sandoval's vehicle. Sandoval admitted to using fentanyl at the time of the search and admitted to selling fentanyl pills for 3 to 4 years in his plea agreement. Now, when he's out, Sandoval is going to face 10 years of supervised release because there is no parole in the federal system. A 40-year-old man is facing federal charges in connection to arson attacks in Albuquerque.
That's right, Carpio. Jameson Wagner was taken into custody on Saturday. The Justice Department says the first arson was at the Tesla Albuquerque showroom in February. The second was in March at the GOP headquarters of New Mexico. Wagner is currently facing federal charges. In recent months, several Tesla facilities across the U.S. have been the target of arson and vandalism. The move is said to be in protest against Elon Musk. Now, Carpio, is definitely getting warmer out there.
I know. It definitely feels like spring, almost feels like summer. Right before it gets unbearably hot, in my opinion. Now, we're going to go to, now here's looking at this live look. We can see our beautiful NMSU campus. The sun's out, it's warm. You know what that means. Take your dog, take your animal, take him out for a walk. Even if you don't have one, go for a walk. I mean, everyone needs exercise, right? But I know what you're thinking, what are the specific conditions outside? Well, the skies are sunny, it's a cool, warm 80 degrees, southeast winds at 9 miles per hour, 17% humidity, a 32-degree dew point, and a 30.16-inch barometer. And that includes today's high of 83, average of 79, and low of 55. Now, we almost got there, but didn't quite reach the record of 90 degrees set in 2008, and we are far from 28 degrees in 1972. I would kill for that kind of weather. That would be pretty cool. Now, back to the desk. Now, I'm going to be back with their national forecast. But first,
there is a rich story beyond the black and white. David Rubenstein and some of the nation's leading historians reveal the history makers who shaped the America we live in today.
This was a very tumultuous time for the American people.
History with David Rubenstein.
Sunday at 2 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
This season on Sarah's Weeknight Meals.
Oh, we have a lot of adventures coming.
I don't think I've ever had anything like this. That is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Join me on Sarah's Weeknight Meals.
Monday at 2:30 on KRWG Public Media.
On this season of Patty's Mexican Table, we are in the Yucatan Peninsula. ¡Qué rico! I'm going to take all the things I learned here and put them to use in my kitchen so that you can use them too.
Thursday at 2:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
Welcome back. You're watching News22 Tuesday,
where news matters.
Now, Carpio, what can you tell me about our national weather?
You know, Sada, I'm glad you asked that because I'm sure you're wondering the same thing. Don't worry, I got you. Let's go to our national forecast. Okay, so you already know it's hot here. 84 degrees in El Paso, similar here in Las Cruces. Now, you go to Phoenix, very hot, 94 degrees, burning up, wouldn't want to be there. I'd have a sunburn in like 2 minutes. 67 degrees in Los Angeles, nice and cool. Now, what you're going to notice as we go up the West Coast, up to San Francisco, 60, Reno, 75, Medford, 81, Seattle, 65. Gets a lot cooler once you get closer to Canada. It's usually the way it works this time of year. 76 degrees in Boise. We got 74 degrees in Billings, 73 in Rapid City, 66 in Kansas City, a nice cool 73 in Denver. I'm jealous. It's 77 degrees in Albuquerque. That must be nice. 74 degrees in Lubbock, 76 in Dallas. We got 70 degrees in Oklahoma. Now, as we go further east, it's going to get a lot colder, and we're going to have a lot more rain. Don't worry. I'm going to go into more detail on that later. We got 69 in Atlanta, 70 degrees in Charlotte. It's 52 in Cincinnati, 72 in Norfolk, 46 in Detroit, 49 degrees with a lot of rain in Buffalo, Washington, New York, and Boston. And all the way up in Caribou, Maine, we got 52 degrees. Now, I told you I was going to go into detail on the rain. I wasn't lying to you. This is not that kind of news network. We have severe thunderstorm warnings with some small hail, with some localized damaging with very strong winds. And it's going to be affecting mostly the East Coast, like you saw on the national weather map. A lot of rain. It's mostly going to be affecting the East, like I said, East Coast. It's going to be affecting New York, Boston, Washington, D.C. They're going to be getting the worst of it. Now, that's because it migrated from the center of the country in the Great Plains region that you're going to see in my next map. All right, that's going to be, you can see the most harshly affected areas in Arkansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Nebraska, and parts of northeast Texas had winds of 70 to 80 miles per hour. That's all for national weather. I'll be back with your local forecast.
It would be easy to describe this show as a show about things, but you learn a lot about what we are as people.
I love the road show. I've been wanting to come to the road show for years, and I got the opportunity to be here today, and I wasn't going to miss it for anything.
Across the country, at every stop we make, people make Antiques Roadshow possible.
It's not about the money. I think it's about the story. You know, we have things in our homes and they bring back memories for us.
And we know that Antiques Roadshow will find the interests and the history and the knowledge that we want preserved.
It's a wonderful experience, it really is, because you're not a number or an object, you are part of this roadshow family.
Call, text, or go online to give to this PBS station now.
Welcome back, guys. I missed you. Let's take a look at those local temperatures, huh? All right, so starting off in northern New Mexico, it's nice and cool. I wish it was like that down here, but a guy can dream, can he? We got 48 degrees in Farmington, 48 degrees in Santa Fe. Now, as we're going to take the trip down the I-25, it's going to slowly but surely heat up, aside from Clovis, kind of an outlier, and Roswell, 52. But Albuquerque, 54. You go east, you head west to Gallup, you're going to get to 37, almost freezing, must be nice. Head down to Socorro, you're going to get 55. Ruidoso, 51. Las Cruces, 80. And Deming, 52. Such a small distance, such a big temperature difference. Now, if we look at tomorrow's temperatures, we're going to go the opposite direction. We're going to go up to I-25. Sounds like a good road trip, right? 90 degrees in Deming, 92 here in Las Cruces. As we go further north, we see 76 in Ruidoso, 93 in Roswell. 90 in Socorro, 87 over there in Clovis, 86 degrees in Albuquerque. Again, you head west, it gets cooler. Gallup at 76, Farmington all the way up in the northwest at 78, and Santa Fe, the capital city, sitting at a cool 76. Now, as we look at our local temperatures for tonight, we see that Alamogordo is going to have a nice, cool 71 degrees, clear skies. It's going to be very nice. But it's going to heat back up in the morning, so be careful. Wear some sunscreen, 88 degrees, nice and sunny. Again, a nice temperature tonight, 77 degrees in Truth or Consequences. But again, southern New Mexico, very hot down here, 90 degrees tomorrow. We go over to Silver City, 90 degrees for tomorrow. But tonight, again, you get a cool 77 degrees. And your local temperatures here in Las Cruces, it's going to be a nice 76 degrees, perfect baseball weather if you're going to the game afterward. No spoilers. 92 degrees high tomorrow. Now, in other news, video from the San Diego Zoo Safari Park caught an African elephant's reaction to Monday's earthquake.
Zoo officials say the elephants perform an alert circle meant to protect its herd and the young from threats, with elephants circling a calf out of instinct for protection before resuming normal behavior after a few minutes, while still staying close. No damage was reported at the San Diego Zoo or the Safari Park, with only the tram being temporarily closed after a 5.2 magnitude earthquake hit the region. And Mia Aragon is next with sports.
Thanks, Saida. Coming up in sports, it's Jackie Robinson night for baseball. You can toss that remote because News 22 Sports is next.
Tokyo is a true gourmet wonderland. Markets are replete with the freshest produce, seafood, and ingredients, all sourced for the most discerning chef and palate. Discover the stories behind the culinary specialties that make this city so delicious. Watch Trails to Oishi Tokyo on NHK World Japan.
Thursday at 2 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Welcome to Milk Street's My Family Recipe. We bring home cooks to our Boston studio where, along with our host and pastry chef Cheryl Day, we help home cooks rediscover lost family recipes.
You're going to be able to bake this cake.
I can do it.
Then we send them home to recreate that recipe for the toughest audience, their own family.
Mom, that's really good.
Right here on Milk Street's My Family Recipe.
Friday at 2:30 on KRWG-Public Media.
Welcome back. I'm Mia Aragon, and let's talk sports. It's the Lobos' last ride down the SKU this year. Tonight, your Aggies will be hosting after being on the road these past few weeks, where they will celebrate Jackie Robinson Day. The Aggies aim to snap a 2-game losing streak against their rivals. This will be the third out of the 4 times the teams will be meeting this season. April 15th is Jackie Robinson Day, where baseball teams across the nation celebrate his legacy. Jackie Robinson is honored for breaking the league's color barrier in 1947. To watch tonight's game, it'll be streamed on ESPN+. It's been a good few days for golf fans in southern New Mexico. A few days after Rory McIlroy won a green jacket in Augusta, the NMSU's women's golf team is doing pretty hot there in Florida this week at the Conference USA Championships. The Aggies finished in third yesterday and are now sitting in fourth on the team leaderboard. Following 36 holes and a score of 298, that brings their overall team score 588 for the week. Junior Emma Bunch remains in strong contention for her second consecutive CUSA title. Bunch notched 6 birdies in the second round, bringing her tournament total to 11, being the most of any player so far this week. The final round will be tomorrow, where both the team and individual champions will be determined following 18 holes of play. All players will tee off from hole 1, and the Aggies their final round beginning at 6:15 in the morning. The WNBA draft was last night, and to the shock of no one, Paige Beckers went first. Some have called Beckers the female Kobe, and after a dominant senior year in her college, the Dallas Wings took her first overall. Other notable picks include French freight train Dominique Malanja going second to the Seattle Storm, and the Golden State Valkyries took star Yusa Utite, being their first pick in team history. And Haley Van Lith reunites with her former LSU teammate Angel Reese in Chicago. Tonight begins the last chance for NBA teams to secure their spot in the playoffs as the play-in gets going. The bracket is already underway. Trae Young Hawks are taking on Paolo Banchero. Magic, both stars, are looking to prove their worth in their last years of their contracts. The score is 41 to 61 right now. But meanwhile, out west, after turbulent seasons, the Memphis Grizzlies are looking to return stability after a chaotic month. Heading to the Bay to take on Steph Curry and the Warriors. Both games are on ESPN, and whoever wins is in the playoffs. Whoever loses gets one last chance on Friday in a win-or-go-home game. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action tomorrow. Still ahead on News 22, Carpio will take a look at your 5-day forecast news.
My name is Jonathan Phillips. Join me on the journey of a lifetime as I explore one of history's greatest questions. How did the Christian faith move from its darkest early days to the moment when Constantine, master of the mighty Roman Empire, went on to be baptized himself? Come with me as I travel thousands of miles on the road from Christ to Constantine.
Sunday at 3:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
That is utterly remarkable.
Whales coming up!
Hold on.
This is huge. Here we go!
The more whales you have, the healthier the ocean is.
They're the biggest land animals that have ever existed.
The most special thing is going somewhere that nobody ever has before.
It's perfect.
Now let's take a look at our top stories.
The measles cases in El Paso are up to 8, and we're now hearing of the first reports here in Doña Ana County. Walk and MMR vaccines are available at the Las Cruces Public Health Office. There's 3 more NMSU students that have had their visas revoked, becoming a part of a nationwide effort by the Trump administration to deport immigrants. This brings a total of 9 at NMSU. This all happens only a month before the semester ends. And a New Mexico man was arrested in connection with the attacks on Tesla facilities. He's facing federal charges. President Trump seeks to have these attacks designated as domestic terrorism. Now let's take a look at those 5-day forecasts. It's going to be nothing but sun, sun, sun the next 5 days, guys. So make sure you're wearing your sunscreen and make sure, get outside, do some physical activity. We got 90 degrees on Wednesday. We got high 80s, low 90s. Then it cools down on the weekend, 69, 74. And that's all for News 22 Tuesday. Thanks for everyone for joining us tonight.
Tune in tomorrow night for more news. I'm Saida Sanchez Aguilar.
And I'm Carpio Gregor from the whole News 22 team. Mia, Saida, and myself, good night.